the telepathic alien. Gasps at my every thought of her, and she's always in my mind. Jake Morrison sat in the dim control room of the research station Alpha 7 watching the stars through the massive viewport. His fingers drummed nervously on the metal console as he waited for the daily communication check with Earth Command. 3 months had passed since first contact with the Zilithian species, and Jake still could not believe he was part of humanity's first diplomatic mission to an alien world. The door behind him slid open with a soft hiss, and Jake felt his heart skip a beat. He did not need to turn around to know who had entered. The familiar electric sensation that always accompanied her presence told him everything he needed to know. Zara, the Zilithian ambassador, had arrived for their scheduled meeting. Jake turned slowly in his chair, and there she stood in the doorway. Her pale blue skin seemed to glow softly in the station's artificial lighting, and her large, violet eyes met his with an intensity that made his breath catch in his throat. She was tall and graceful, with delicate features that seemed almost too perfect to be real. Her silver hair flowed like liquid metal down to her shoulders, and she wore the flowing robes that marked her high status among her people. What Jake found most unsettling about Zara was not her alien appearance, but rather the way she seemed to react to his every thought. The Zilithians were telepathic, and Zara was one of their most gifted mind readers. She could sense the thoughts and emotions of other beings with startling clarity, and Jake had quickly discovered that she was particularly attuned to his mental patterns. As Zara moved gracefully into the room, Jake tried to keep his thoughts focused on the diplomatic reports they needed to review, but his mind kept wandering to how beautiful she looked today, and how her presence made him feel both nervous and excited at the same time. Zara suddenly stopped walking, and her eyes widened in surprise. A soft gasp escaped her lips, and her hand moved to cover her mouth. Jake felt his face grow hot with embarrassment as he realized she had picked up on his romantic thoughts about her again. "Jake," Zara said, in her melodious voice that carried just a hint of an accent. "Your thoughts, they are so vivid, so intense. I did not mean to intrude, but they call out to me like a beacon in the darkness." Jake stood up quickly and moved to the window, trying to put some distance between them. "I am sorry, Zara. I know you cannot help reading my mind, but I wish I could learn to control my thoughts better around you." Zara moved closer to him, and Jake could feel the warmth radiating from her alien body. "Do not apologize, Jake. Your thoughts about me are beautiful. They make me feel things I have never experienced before with any of my own kind." Jake turned to face her, and was surprised to see a soft blush coloring her blue cheeks. "What do you mean, Zara? My people thoughts and emotions are shared freely," she explained. "We have no concept of privacy in the mind. But your human thoughts, they are different, more passionate, more intense. When you think of me, I can feel the strength of your emotions, and it overwhelms me in the most wonderful way." Jake felt his heart racing as he looked into her violet eyes. "Zara, I have to tell you something. I think about you all the time. Even when we are apart, you are always in my mind. I cannot seem to stop myself from wondering what it would be like to hold you, to touch you, to—" Zara gasped again and took a step closer to him. "Jake, please, you must stop. These thoughts, they are driving me to distraction. I find myself unable to focus on my diplomatic duties because I am always anticipating our next meeting, always hoping to experience the rush of your emotions again." Jake reached out tentatively and touched her hand. Her skin was soft and warm despite its alien blue color. "Is this wrong, Zara? Can a human and a Zilithian ever be together?" Zara intertwined her fingers with his, and Jake felt a sudden surge of emotion that was not his own. Through their physical connection, she was sharing her feelings with him directly. He could sense her confusion, her excitement, and her growing affection for him. "I do not know if it is possible," Zara whispered, "but I do know that when I am with you, I feel more alive than I ever have before. Your thoughts about me make me see myself through new eyes, and I find that I like what I see." Jake pulled her closer, and Zara did not resist. "Zara, I need you to know that my feelings for you are real. This is not just curiosity about your species or fascination with your telepathic abilities. I care about you as an individual. I think I might even love you." The moment Jake thought the word love, Zara cried out softly and her eyes filled with tears. Jake. That word, that emotion. It is so powerful, so pure, I can feel it radiating from your mind, like starlight, and it makes my heart sing in ways I never knew were possible. Jake cupped her face in his hands and looked into her eyes. Then you understand how I feel about you? Zara nodded and leaned into his touch. Yes, Jake, I understand, and I want you to know that I share these feelings. The connection between us goes beyond the physical, beyond even the telepathic. When I read your thoughts about me, I see a future that I never dared to imagine. Jake leaned down and kissed her gently. On the lips, Zara responded eagerly, and through their connection, Jake could feel her joy and wonder at this new experience. The kiss was electric, and Jake felt as though his mind was merging with hers in ways that went beyond anything he had ever experienced. When they finally broke apart, Zara smiled up at him. Jake Morrison, you have changed everything for me. Your human capacity for love and passion has opened up new worlds of possibility. I want to explore this connection between us, no matter what obstacles we might face. Jake held her close and whispered in her ear, Then we will face them together. Zara human and Zalithian united by something stronger than the differences between our species. As they stood together in the starlight, streaming through the viewport, Jake knew that their love would not be easy. The diplomatic implications alone were staggering. But when Zara looked at him with those violet eyes full of love, and when he felt her joy at his every loving thought, he knew that nothing in the universe could keep them apart. Their story was just beginning, and Jake Morrison, the human diplomat, and Zara, the telepathic alien ambassador, would write it together, one shared thought and one shared heartbeat at a time.